Today is one of those days where you make a plan and then immediately have to change the plan. Today I was planning on diving on a wreck on the other side of Chesil Beach, but the weather had other ideas.
It's pretty mean on the Chesil side, so I'm going to get in this side. You can't really see it, to be fair, on the camera, but that bit's Ferry Bridge. And it's pretty shallow. I don't think it goes past 5 meters really, but I've seen flatfish and scallops and stuff in here, so better than doing fuck all, I guess.
Fortunately for me, it was high tide, meaning that this particular area actually had water in it. During low tide, most of the water in this bay will have gone. So, new plan, try and find flatfish in this area and anything else that comes along. So I go straight to the deep channel before the tide starts running. First impressions, you may think this area looks pretty barren, but this area actually harbours quite a lot of marine life. Look closely and you'll see the area is littered with sea anemones. The seaweed provides shelter for invertebrates like crabs. Now, I'm not quite sure how I spotted this, but this is a slender spider crab, a much smaller species than your typical spider crab. Drifting along the seabed, I look for any obvious signs of flatfish or scallops in the area. Always great seeing cuttlefish underwater, wasn't expecting to see them here. This pair of cuttlefish seemed pretty relaxed and I didn't want to disturb them, so I left them alone. I continue my search on the deeper areas, not really finding much apart from rubbish and empty scallop shells. I do find this fishing weight, which I do keep. Eventually I do find a scallop, but it's way too small. Despite not finding any fish, it's still nice to see other marine life.
Nice. Way too small.
After searching for some time, I decide to change tactics and go into the shallower areas of the bay before the water disappears entirely. And it wasn't long before I found the first flatfish of the day.
Well, there you go.
This flounder was 33 centimetres long, which was nicely over the minimum landing size of 27 centimetres. A few dives later, I found a second flounder. This fish was sitting in less than 1 metre of water, so it was pretty hard to get the right angle on the camera.
I'm on a roll.
The second flounder measured in at 39 centimetres, a much nicer sized fish. It was at this point in the day that the tide started to go out, and you can see all of the seaweed being dragged past me as the current starts to pick up. I knew that my time in the water was running out. I found this area that resembled an underwater riverbank, most likely caused from the strong currents carving a channel into the bay. In this particular area, the current was just about manageable. The current was that strong I had to hold on to the bottom to stay in one place. After spotting a bass on the previous dive, I dive down and wait on the edge of the bank. After putting in a good stone shot and pulling the fish in, I immediately realised how small this fish was. And by some miracle, this fish measured at 42 centimetres, which is the minimum landing size for bass. So somehow the spearfishing gods spared me this time. If I could turn back the clock, I would have left this bass well alone. Although this fish is legal, I would have preferred it being much bigger. At least I've got two nice flatfish though. I did a few more dives to try and find a larger bass, but I didn't see another fish again. Feeling pretty exhausted from fighting the current, I call it a day and head back into shore. After dumping all of my kit, I quickly forage some wild seabeat and send the drone up, before heading home to take the fish home to the family.